Good morning, everybody. Today is January 14th, 2023. Instead of you going out and looking for the catalyst, I bring the catalyst to you. Since this site is a bill that pays the bills, show a little love by smashing that like button into oblivion. And don't forget to subscribe. Today I bequeath unto you the PDUFA calendar as well as the FDA and the medical device calendar. Before we continue, don't misconstrue anything I say on here as financial advice, nor should it be perceived as such. Instead, what I present to you is merely factual information of upcoming events in the medical world of advancements. Nothing I say is an indication to buy or sell. That decision is entirely up to you. Now let's continue. We'll go to the PDUFA calendar, which is the Prescription Drug User Fee Act. Um, so if we look, we're only going up to the 20th for now. We're looking at SGEN, MRK, Merck, and BGNE. So we're gonna look at SGen. Their stock price is $132.12. They're looking at a PDUFA priority review, and that date is set for the 19th. So they're adding a priority to it, and not only that, these guys, they're working on some really good stuff. They're working on some really good stuff. I see a lot coming out of it. They are doing work in the field of oncology, and they are providing everybody with a medical, I'm sorry, not a medical, but with a prescription, a pill that's taken orally, and in combination with chemotherapy, it has an increased rate of survivability by 41%, and that's in comparison to the standard care now. Um, they're doing all right. They're doing great from 21 to 22. They're doing there. I mean, in my opinion, I really think these guys are winners. Because if you look, they're previous and current, so I mean, they're doing really good. These guys are doing really good. So I've got I've got a good feeling with these guys. Um, now, mind you, they're not like your penny stock grab. Um, so yeah, once again, they're $132.12 a share. So then we go on to Merck. Uh, oops, wrong one. Sorry. They're working on Keytruda. And it's the same as the previous one. They work in oncology, and these guys are not a little penny stock grab neither. Um, so they're doing really well. They're doing really well. They've, if you see, this the if these stats are correct, then there's no reason not to be confident in their capabilities and um, making it through this PDUFA readout and the drug/process being approved by the FDA. So, I mean, this is all prior information, but this is also what their model is around. So they work on a lot more things other than oncology. And this is their remaining committed to balanced capital allocation strategy. Little little bit of stuff that really doesn't matter to somebody that's just going and trying to buy some of their stocks. So if you go and purchase some securities through these guys, I don't think you'll regret it. But what do I know? So now let's move on to BG&E. They are working on. Sorry, I forgot to also show these guys are once again not a cheap little penny stock grab. $270.66 per share. And these guys are doing a lot of good work too. Beijing, uh, Little pun of a name. These guys are doing well, ish. Um, but they're working in oncology, and right now they're working on a SBLA, which is the Biologics Logistics Agreement. Um, yeah, so they got some stuff going on, and all they're trying to do is just bring it across borders. So, and then moving on to the FDA calendar. Sorry, hold on, I got to mute. Sorry, I have a clock that goes off every half hour to, yeah. Except for it's not supposed to go off at 7:49. It's got 11 minutes left. So, anywho, um, let's go on to the FDA calendar. Zyme, they are working on HER2 expression gastrointestinal cancers, gastroesophageal, adenocarcinomas, the biliary tract cancer, and colorectal cancer. Unfortunately, here's the big no-no right here. That's the flag here that tells me that they're not going to really succeed, is because that's one of the rarest cancers. They have many different variants of the adenocarcinoma, but it's one of the rarest, hardest to detect, and typically caught when it's too late. And because of their field with the cancers that they do work with and trying to treat, they don't really have a high likelihood of approval. 16%. Unfortunately, and this is nothing on them. It's they're fighting an extremely difficult battle. Um, but they are a little bit cheaper, and they show a little bit more promise than what one would think. Because hearing what they're working on with this stuff, I would I would expect to see a zero or a single digit stat. So SGen, $132.12. They're working on tucatinib. It's a HER2 amplified metastatic colorectal cancer, meaning their their medication that they're working on to bring out to the public uh, is to treat cancer that has spread from the origin, from that started as colorectal cancer. So it's not to treat the source of it, but to rather treat it spreading and working on preventative uh, steps. So, anywho, they are working on getting that out on the 19th for the PDUFA readout. They, like I said, priority review. These guys have a pretty good likelihood of approval. I keep coming up here just so that way you can see this. They have an 88.73% likelihood of making it through this. And it's been last updated 10/27/22. Then we go on to Merck. They're also working on tucatinib as a HER2 amplified metastatic colorectal cancer. Standing as above. Same thing as above. They are also working with, I believe, SGen and hand in hand on this, and they're also coming out on the 19th. They have the same likelihood of approval and the same update date. Then we're going to be looking at Merck. Oh, I'm sorry, we already did Merck. We're going to be looking at BGNE. They are working on the Brukinsa. This is the first line chronic lymphocytic leukemia, CLL, or small lymphocytic lymphoma, which is Hodgkin's lymphoma. They are expected to have their PDUFA readout on the 20th. They also have an 88.73% chance of likelihood of it getting approved. So yeah, these guys are looking pretty good. Um, I'm quite honestly, I'm pretty excited see all the people that they can help um, in their fight for their lives. So finally, we will be going to the medical device calendar. Yay, biotech! As they say, the heroin tar pits of the sector. So anywho, looking in, seeing what is already come out, these are possible still uh, potential investments that you can look into. There is NVRO, $36.06 a share. They are working on non-surgical back pain. Catalyst date 1/13/23. The community is a little ish on it, but yeah. They'll have a follow-up on the 13th, which has already passed. Then we have the 14th, which is today, NVRO. They're working on painful diabetic neuropathy. The community seems to think that they are quite bullish on this. Continuing on down to Vive, VIVE. They are currently 86 cents, and they are working on stress urinary incontinence. Pursuit trial top-line result of the 12-month primary efficacy endpoint anticipated in January 2023. Don't know quite when that's coming out. Sometime in January. Then we have OWLT. They are currently 60 cents, and they are working on prescription pediatric monitor. They have a 501k submission to the FDA on October 16, 2022, but the catalyst date is sometime in January once the submission is either approved or denied. So for January, that is all I hold for you in the world of biotech. And we've gone over the FDA calendar up to the current date from today up to the 20th. Oh, shoot. You know what? Here's another. CMPX. They are working on biliary tract cancer. January 19th to the 21st is when it's expected. It's a combination drug. They are working on phase 2 study. Demonstrated a 42... Oh, that's their past. So it says they have... it is... Phase 2 study demonstrated a 42% overall response rate based on 10 patients with a partial response, including 9 PRs confirmed by RECIST 1.1 and 1 PR pending confirmation. Note, May 12, 2022, Phase 2 data will be presented at ASCO this on January 19th through the 21st. So... Oh, you know what? I also wanted to include conference calendar. Something to help you see, look into things a little bit further, have some foresight, kind of get ahead of the game. For January, we have ASPARD, the American Professional Society of ADHD and Related Disorders Annual Conference. Then you have NANS, the North American Neuromodulation Society. And that's going on from the 12th to the 13th. Then you have the Winter Clinical Dermatology Conference that kicks in on the 13th all the way through to the 17th. Looking at the 18th through the 21st, you have Crohn's and Colitis Congress. Then you have ASCO from the 18th to the 20th, and that's the American Society of Clinical Oncology Gastrointestinal Cancer Symposium. Now we know what ASCOGI is. Okay. Then, yeah. Oh, you know what? That Crohn's and colitis goes all the way through to the 22nd. Okay. Then you have the Maori Derm for dermatologists. That's going on. When we approach closer, if you would like, we can, look into them so that way you guys have more information. If not, fine. Comment below. Let me know. And if there's any terminology or stages of a clinical trial that you are unaware of, I'll have attached the link so that way you can go over there and learn what that is. Uh, Sorry this video was a little bit longer, but we covered quite a bit of information today. And like I said, beat that like button into oblivion and don't forget to subscribe. Until then, see ya.